Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Miss Amber. How are you?
I am fantastic today. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
It's been
We're
a
gonna
Thursday.
we're gonna call it an okay, frustrating day for Tanya, but she is ready to let all of that go and concentrate on the fun stuff because this is gonna be fun, right?
So fun.
I'm so excited. Okay. We have people in the chat. You wanna see who else in the chat?
Yes. We have Blake and Crom, Curtis Ackerman, Darla Ackerman, Stacy Linlin, Kevin McCoy,
Hi, honey.
to Kevin and Darla. Hi, honey. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis.
Jen, Jordan, Jesse, G.
Hey,
Great
Jay.
seeing you over the weekend. Satanic Goat, Michael, and Brian Lynn.
All three
We
minutes.
have Dirk,
Pulling double duty.
Jonathan, and Fouts.
Awesome. Yay! So excited. She said, miss you guys already.
Such a sweetie pie.
Oh, how sweet. So,
Morgan.
hey, Dave. We are so excited to bring to Legion's Ladies Live one of the nicest guys in the community. Love, love, love Dirk, and just I've had so much fun um, getting to know him and was able to be beside him during IshCon um, and just kind of really looking at his sculpts and talking to him about a special sculpt for me and just all the interaction that we've had for him. And we've got some exciting news to give you guys as well. And we have an amazing giveaway. So a warm welcome from the chat for Dirk. How are you, hon? You're
Oh, you're on mute.
you're on mute.
Is that better?
There you go. Yep.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yay! We're so excited to have you here.
Be here, and thank you for such kind words.
Oh,
Really appreciated.
yeah. So you and I really got to hang out at IshCon when we were side by side in our tables, and the funnest part of IshCon, and IshCon is amazing. It's a great little show, right? I mean, it really is a good show. If you can make it to IshCon, come because it's so fun.
Yeah.
But one of the funnest things this year, and I know that they like hit you up with this right at the last minute, is you had a couple of tables put together and had some sculpts on there, and people could come by and just sit down and paint. For the first, I mean, how many first-time painters did you have? Do you know?
I want to say total there was about 30 people that showed up and kind of painted throughout the day on Saturday and Sunday. I'd say probably 20-ish of them. So there was quite a few. And some people that maybe have painted other things, but it was like their first time painting, like the head sculpt and everything. So it was cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's fun.
It was awesome. And I believe it was Amber Anderson that had a couple weeks prior to Ish. She messaged, I think she messaged something in one of the groups and was like, hey, is there going to be any kind of opportunity to paint? And I messaged her and was like, hey, it's a great idea. I'll talk to Ish and see what we can do. So Ish was the one that was awesome and hooked us up last minute. I kind of figured I would have like a short little window, a couple hours where I'd have to jump away from my table and go somewhere else to help teach people. But Ish gave me 2 tables. So we set those up and I could put out all the supplies and people could just kind of come and go as they wanted. So they didn't have to feel constrained by, like this 2-hour window that was overlapping some of the panels and stuff. So they were able to just kind of show up and paint. And if they had any questions, I was there. Jordan was painting all weekend. So he was there helping people out. So it was really cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And when they finished their heads and again, so excited. So I had the idea, IshCon is just a little bit of ways. So it's not very far for me. We did stay at the hotel. We could have come home. I mean, truthfully. Yeah. But because we were going to be there and stay at the hotel, I just kind of got a wild hair and said, I'm just going to take a little 4-foot table, set it up in the back, and just take my paints and kind of paint and, just have something to do when I'm not talking to people.
Yep.
So I took mine and set up, and then you were right beside me. But the coolest part was when people would finish or would be at a stopping point at their heads or whatever they were painting, they would come over and like put them on your table just to kind of have a place to let them dry.
Yeah.
And then I would go over every once in a while and look at all of the different heads, and they were so good.
Yeah, no, everyone did such an awesome job. And since it was I did a exclusive like little tree guy head sculpt, because I figured there would be enough like texture so they could learn how to dry brush if they wanted. There were some little detail bits. It was kind of like a mix of different textures and everything to let people explore what they want to do. And everybody painted something different. It wasn't just like a brown tree guy. Like everyone really got creative with it, which was really cool to see. And it, in my mind, it was like, okay, yeah, you could paint them like light brown, medium brown, dark brown and stuff. But people were, it was really cool just what people were coming up with. So
just the most fun. And so to me, that was one of the highlights of IshCon. It was, we'd been a couple of years, and again, it is such a fantastic show. If you can go, you should go. Yeah. But that was true highlight this past year for me. Not only being next to you, but being able to see people pick up a paintbrush for the first time. Yeah. That to me was like, that was awesome. That was fantastic. Anyway, so I know that you and I talked then, and we had a little short how'd the weekend go, all the stuff that we posted, and I think I told you then I'm gonna have to have you on the show. Yeah. And then we scheduled and then we scheduled you on this show, and then big news happened just this past weekend, right?
Yep. Yeah. So Dirk's Designs and Customs is an official 4 Horsemen approved retailer. And not only that, thank you. I will be taking over for Lynn with the Wolf King Customs. He's now a employee of 4 Horsemen. He's going to be heading up their role-playing game that's coming out in February on Kickstarter. And I'm taking over the next 9 pre-order waves from him. So I'm going to have everything starting with All-Star 6 moving forward. So right out the gate, I'll be having some 4 Horsemen goodness for everyone to get. So
that is so exciting.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and just the timing of all of that coming together this past weekend, and then you coming on the show this week, I was like, I mean, it was kismet. It really was. I was so excited.
Trying to keep, because it's kind of I wouldn't say it's been in the works for a long time, but it's been, you know, a progression kind of thing. As soon as I found out about Lynn and we were talking, and Jordan facilitated a lot of that. So I have a huge shout out, thank you, appreciation to Jordan for really getting that ball rolling, and you know, yeah. So couldn't have done it without him. Same with Van. Both of those guys have always been super encouraging, always, you know, promoting, and just, yeah, they're my boys. So
Two of the best dudes.
Two of the best dudes, absolutely. A little bit more news that we're going to break early because I'm again so excited. You and I have talked, and we are blessed in enormous amounts that you are now going to be a sponsor of Legion's Ladies Live.
Yep. Oh yeah. Super excited. Super. Any way I can help out. So hopefully I'll be getting giveaways ready for you guys every month or every episode and stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So.
And we are so excited. This is so exciting. And to start off the night, I have spoken to Art by Ackerman and talked to Curtis, and Curtis has graciously and lovingly let us give away a set of his brushes. And we are just going to like throw you in the deep end, and Dirk's custom designs and customs, you are going to offer a little package to give away with that of things that they can paint.
Yep. And I will include at some point in time when we do a certain reveal, I'll include some of that as well.
Okay.
Just to see, get those out there and start seeing some awesome customs. So
yes. Yeah, we have more reveals, but that was the first one. And so we are actually going to start early. If Amber, if you are ready, we are going to go ahead and put up the hashtag for the giveaway and do that. And then we're going to jump into news because we haven't done that yet. And, there's so much I want to get to. We have so much excitement tonight. So let's go ahead and put the hashtag up because let's get that going. And then
Panda Party.
So hashtag is Panda Party. Hashtag Panda Party. Again, we are giving away brushes from Curtis. He graciously allowed us to do a set of brushes for a giveaway. And then Dirk is going to add in some fun things to paint.
Yep.
So you guys make sure that you get your hashtags in because we definitely want as many people as we can to participate. You need to be a subscriber to the channel before you can win. So make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to like because I don't see Trevor in the comments. You need to like the show so Trevor can come and hang out with us. What's a P&A party? It's a panda party. So funny. All right. Okay, so I am going to throw the banner up down underneath so that it is, yep, there we go. Gonna have the banner up there for you guys. And then let's get to some news. We have some fantastic news going on. This week, we found out that Silver Knight in the warehouse started shipping.
Well,
right? So before you were a retailer, how many did you get?
I got a case,
Yeah.
but I I didn't get it through the Horseman directly. I pre-ordered with Lynn, so I'm just going to be
Giving
what
it
I,
to-
like pre-ordered from him kind of thing. So full circle, I guess. But yeah, so I got a case of them. You couldn't beat the price point.
Yeah.
All new parts. Just yeah, this was the Shield. Super excited for the Shield.
Oh yeah.
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 Ugh.
This is I'm excited for this one. So
Yeah, it is so gorgeous. I love. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for that shield, that 4 horseman
yeah.
look on that ship, man. It looks so good. Amber, did you and Ryan pick up any of these pre-order?
Yes, we did. I don't remember how many, but we did get them.
Yeah. Well, at the price point they were selling them for, I think Kevin got a case as well. I think he got a full 12.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, you use them for customs and have his Templar Knights all filled.
Yeah, and now that some of the soft good individuals are doing like tunics and stuff, now you can get, you know, any color of tunic, throw it on this guy, and you've got, you know, complete new custom faction character kind of thing. So
Absolutely. I heard these are made with real sterling silver. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, we are so excited to get this one in hand as well. I know that it was a surprise when they hit the water headed this way. And then when they got, you know, I think I heard several people on the Cabal say they'd already gotten tracking numbers. And I'm like, I asked Kevin, I said, have you received tracking numbers yet? And he's like, no, not yet. So, but that is exciting and super fun. And we cannot wait to start seeing pictures with this guy, man.
Oh yeah.
There'll be some good ones.
Oh,
Okay.
I agree.
So test shots last week. Test shots this week. They're killing me. Did either of you get any test shots last week?
I got one. I was at work, and I don't own any test shots, so I wasn't like, oh, I gotta, you know, get on and this and that. I completely forgot about it. But was checking my messenger, and a couple of the guys were talking about how there was still stuff available. And I was like, oh shoot. So I like got on real quick and looked and was like, nah, I'm good. And then Father Christmas caught my eye because his soft good coat is gray.
Right.
Which is really cool. Like
it is.
So I might end up using some of that for customs. And then my favorite helmet is that, like the hound skull, like the pointed one. I have every color that they have right now. So then to get like the test shot color, I was like, all right. And I know people really like the sallet helmet, like the rounded one and stuff. Right. So since I'm gonna piece them out anyways, I'll probably do a little trading and stuff with some of it. But yeah, that was the only one I got. And I don't know if I'm gonna this Saturday. I don't work. We'll see. We'll see if I hop on and try and grab something. So.
Gotcha. Amber, did you and Ryan pick up anything last week?
No, we're not really big test shop people.
We weren't, and then we won the Monkey King.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
okay.
That's kind of exciting, though.
Yeah.
If you win it, it's a little different.
I had none, and then we won the Monkey King, and then I was like, and then I saw Thrace was going to be out there, and then I saw the female elf, and of course I'm a big Zealous flock, and so I got both of those.
You got Thrace?
I got Thrace, and
Awesome.
I got and
That's
then
a
I
good
got
one.
the female elf builder, War of Aetherblade elf builder.
Nice.
And this week I was looking through there, and I really want the only one that I truly want this week that I really would like to get is Marley, because
Yeah.
he was the very first figure I ever painted.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Good
I can see that.
Like, he's my first custom. So I would like to pick up that test shop just because that's the first figure I ever painted.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I'm excited. I think that that's the only thing that I'm going for. Now, what Kevin goes for, I don't know. But I think Marley is the only one I'm going to go for.
Did Kevin pick any of them up then during the last sale?
She's like,
Here we are at the State Fair of West Virginia,
Oh.
sitting there having breakfast because we waited in the line to get the cinnamon rolls. And then after we left there, we went over to get the sausage gravy biscuit.
Okay.
And we sat and ate the sausage gravy biscuit, and then like all of us had a bite of the cinnamon roll. So, split between 5 of us. But we went and got breakfast, and we were sitting there, and Kevin was like, "Oh, it's gonna be like 3 minutes," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" So I'm pulling it up on my phone. We're sitting there at the State Fair of West Virginia, and yes, Kevin ended up getting 2.
Okay.
I don't remember which ones he got, but yeah, he got 2, and I got 2.
Nice.
You're killing me, Smalls, killing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We
then doing
need
it
to
again
know
this
what,
weekend. I'm gonna have to have one.
It is always tempting to get them like for trade bait and not necessarily like try and flip them.
Right,
Because I know sometimes the prices just
right,
rocket on these things.
yeah,
But
I would trade it for sure.
just to trade it, yeah, just to have a little trade bait. But then it's also one of those things where, there are those that really want, knowing that you really want like a Marley. If I was like, oh, I'll get him to trade, and I took that opportunity away from you, it's kind of one of those like,
right,
Yeah.
But then, a scalper might get it too. So it's just like, what do I do? But
yeah,
That's why I just didn't get one.
yeah. Well,
Like,
and
glad I
to be honest with you, I mean, if I don't get it, I'm not going to be. I mean, I want Marley because he's my first custom. He was the first thing I ever painted, so that's the reason that I want him. But if I don't get him, like, I'm not going to be like mad, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, okay, I didn't get him. It wasn't meant to be. Do you see what I mean?
Right.
I just don't get upset about it.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of crap to get upset about in life.
Nope.
That's just not one of them. And it's not like we aren't Cullen or whoever else has all of them. That's not us. We have a few. So I don't know. I'm not like, I want it and I'm gonna try to get it, but I think if I don't get it, I'm okay.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. So, and it's not like, I mean, I try to keep one of all the Four Horsemen figures as they are because they're little pieces of art, So, no, I'm not painting this. I promise I'm not painting this Marley. I just want him because he's the first one I did paint. That's it. That's the only reason I want him. Okay, so Necronominus wave is up. And I did look at Belulith and thought, well, maybe I would grab her if I got the opportunity, but I don't think I will.
I think she'll be a hot one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's got Brett's name all over it.
Yeah.
For that era.
Yeah. Well, so many of I mean, I am sure Brett is going to be all over all of these. He probably has calls out to everybody, get this one, get this one, get this one.
This is a need. This is a need.
You're right. And then, of course, Necronominus is going to be amazing. That's
and do you see he has all 3 heads?
All 3 heads, yeah.
Oh, that's really, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
if you want all 3 heads, you need to grab this one.
Yeah.
And then they're doing one of the cosmic waves. I
Okay.
guess the second cosmic wave
Yeah.
is going to be in there. And then,
Okay. So we've got.
so you got the Marley, Monkey King, and then the Red Death.
Yep.
And then Lee J and Waltor, the two different Waltors. So the Space Waltor and the Cosmic Waltor and the Mythic Waltor.
Okay.
And then this is Stavros, right?
Yeah. With Tunic. Yeah.
So, oh, sorry. So these are up Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Get your test shots. And they actually lasted a pretty long time last time. I mean, like.
Yeah.
Because we checked like later in the day at like 2 o'clock and there was still stuff up there.
Okay. Do you remember someone had mentioned that they lifted the limits, and then once they lifted the limits of how many you could buy, they were just like gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they lifted the limits in the afternoon, and they were gone pretty quickly after that, except for like the weapons packs and the magic packs. Those were on, I mean, even later. Kevin was like, "Can you believe these packs are still there?" So, and the hand packs, I guess.
Yeah.
So those took a little longer to go, even with the limits lifted. But yeah, it was up there a lot longer than I thought it would be. But yeah, when they lifted those limits, it didn't take long. Yeah, Jordan said he snagged a Zenday when the limits were lifted. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Three in one day. That is wild. That's like when they first started doing these test shot sales. That was.
Yeah. It wouldn't last more than a minute.
Yeah.
Like just hope you could snag one, because like gone. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But they also had a lot more test shots.
Right.
As far as the number of figures, not necessarily quantity, but.
Well, they ordered more in quantity as well, but not like a crazy number more. I think somebody said that he looked and like there was 35 of a couple. So, but there were a lot more choices, and then when they limit you to only being able to get two, and not two of the same one, but two different ones. The people who collect them could only get two.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and Kevin just said there's still some there, so there must be some hands packs or packs or whatever still there. So, but that's this Saturday at 10 o'clock, and there is a special place on Store Horseman that says test shots, and they're all in there. So you should be able to find them pretty quickly and pretty easily once they hit. But then you're going to have some that are, sold out really quick. JG said Poxus, Valiant, and Arakagor sold out fast. And then I know the other two sold out really fast as well. My mind is not there. There were two more that sold out really quick as well. And I think Thrace sold out pretty quickly.
Yeah, that I was going to say, I know that one sold out pretty fast too.
Yeah. So there were some that sold out a lot faster than others, but yeah. So, all right. Then we have the in-stock sale still going on. And I was surprised by the prices on some of these because they have the prices back at the pre-order prices.
Yep.
Yes.
So
is that?
Yeah, if you want some of these, now is the time to get on and get them at the pre-order prices because those are pretty darn good prices.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was That is awesome. So those are pre-orders, and I know on Fourish Horseman O'Clock yesterday they are shipping the Silver Knights, the test shot, and the pre-orders all at the same time.
That's okay. Yeah, I got my notification. My Father Christmas is supposed to be here Saturday.
Oh wow,
So, yeah.
that's awesome.
Sometimes I either get it like right away, or sometimes it's kind of like on the tail end, which
Right.
is fine. It's not, I get it when I get it, and
Yeah,
I know I'm gonna be happy. So
that's right. Yeah, and I don't. I mean, I understand you want your figures and you want to have them in hand, but it's a small group of people who are doing this shipping. Guys, give them a break. If I get mine in 3 weeks, I'm just as happy if I get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get it when I get it.
Yeah, you're gonna get it. Relax.
They did post that video, like the warehouse behind the scenes video.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That
Yes.
was so good.
I loved that.
Yeah, that was really good. And you saw there is a handful of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of those people have other jobs. So they just come in when they can. So give them a break, people. Give them a break. They're doing the best they can. Be happy when you get your stuff.
Yeah. And they genuinely care about packing.
They
they're not about compromising or sacrificing the quality of their packing job
Right.
just to get it out quicker, so
Yeah.
people complaining about it isn't going to get them to move any faster, to be like, oh, people are complaining, we got to, like, just throw them in a box and ship them out. It's like, then they know better. So
Collectors are packing the boxes for collectors.
Yes.
It doesn't get any better than that. Does not get any better than that. So be patient, people. Be patient. It's my only thing. Be patient. It's okay. You're gonna get it. This weekend, are you going to this weekend?
I am.
No.
You are, Amber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
We weren't gonna go, but then we just decided last minute that we're definitely gonna go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have breakfast with Bretimus beforehand. Brett Stoddard, great photography.
Yes. We don't talk about his photography enough.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
So it should be fun.
So this is on Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. It's not Saturday and Sunday. It's just Sunday.
Yep.
Right? So the Tour Tuber Expo is this weekend. It's on Sunday. It's in New Jersey. Amber, pictures. Like, I got to live vicariously through you this weekend.
Yes, I'll take so many.
I'm so excited. Okay.
It's going to be so fun.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see what all is going on there. I wonder if Hedgehog, if Jonathan is going to go and he's going to do a live from there.
I don't think he's going to make it to this.
Oh, okay.
But I know he will be at Retro. I believe he'll be at Lehigh and ToyCon.
Gotcha.
Those shows are coming up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in September.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's busy up until Legion's Con.
Yeah.
Sorry, this one made me laugh. Rumor is Brett is already in. Oh, Mark's going. Mark, fun.
Are either of you going to be attending Joe Lanta at the end of September? Okay.
If we have a room,
okay,
and we have our ticket, if I can be there, we're driving because the Saturday of Joe Lanta is our anniversary.
Oh, okay, nice.
So we are actually getting up at the butt crack of dawn Saturday morning and driving down to get there early, and then we'll go to the con and then check in to the hotel and stay overnight at the hotel and leave out on Sunday.
Okay, nice.
So, that's fun.
We're going to be doing a paint workshop there. I was going to say something when we were talking about it at IshCon, but I knew it was going to come up later. But yeah, so Purple Gang and I are going to be hosting. Actually, Curtis is going to be there too. So it's going to be Van, Jordan, Curtis, and I all at the Purple Gang paint workshop.
Oh, that's so cool.
Brett's given us a whole section, and we'll have some stuff to buy, but mostly just come and paint and have fun. So
Tanya's name wasn't in there anywhere.
Was that
Tanya?
Tanya's name wasn't in there anywhere.
Tanya too? We'll add you. We'll put that raccoon body with everyone else, and
parentheses Tanya on Saturday.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
It's gonna be at the Toy Tuber Expo. Come find me for a
All
picture.
right.
Thank
Yes,
you.
everybody that's going to be there, find Amber and get your picture made, because that is how I live vicariously through her.
We love selfies.
We do. I love them. I love them. I love them, you guys. So make sure that you are, you find Amber at the expo on Sunday. Get your picture made, because I live vicariously through her pictures. So you got to do that. Okay, so that's all the news. I do have one more thing that I wanted to put up. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Dragon's Horde, which sponsors the Legion's Ladies Live as well. They are awesome. They are my local toy shop and my local Legion's like mythic, cosmic figure obscura seller. Local to me, Dragon's Horde, Market Street in Greensboro. They are having a underground toy swap, North Carolina underground toy swap. Ooh. It is going to be Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It is indoors. It is air conditioned. And the place will be packed out with toys, and it is free to enter. You don't pay anything to enter. And then, of course, they will have probably specials in their store. They sell paints. They sell cards. It's a card shop. It is fantastic. It's a cute little, it's a great little space. So if you are in town, stop by Dragon's Horde and pick up some Legions from them, but definitely go shopping in the toy swap, because I'm hoping to see Jimmy there. And I don't know, is I know, but they got to pay for the space, Jordan. Sorry. Jordan, are you coming down to go, though? That's the question. But I'm hoping Jimmy will be there with some of his dios. So.
Oh, he has great dios.
Oh, yeah, he does. So I'm hoping to see Jimmy there. But I will be there. We will be painting on Mod Squad that morning. And then after that, I will go to hang out for a little bit at the toy swap.
That's fun.
Yeah. One last thing that I did want to say, and it touched my heart so much. So this is a steampunk girl, and I don't know how to pronounce her name. She is absolutely adorable. Yoisel Waters, Jay Waters, watches the show, and Yoisel, I think that's how you say it. If it's not, please tell me how to say your name so I'm saying it correctly. She heard on a Legion's Ladies Live that one of the things that I feel like Legion's is missing, that I would like to see more of, is steampunk.
Yeah.
And this is her very first custom that she has ever done. And she did it in honor of me and my desire to have something steampunk show up as a Legion's character. And
that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, the hat, the arm that has the steampunk part of the arm.
The little gears on the shoulder and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But look at that shield, guys. Look at that shield.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
And this was,
And
you said her first one?
her first one.
Wow.
And she did it because I said that I wanted a steampunk
That's cool.
Legion. Is
That's
that
so
not the
wonderful.
coolest thing ever?
That's oh, I
I
love
know.
that.
It was so sweet. And she is gorgeous. And I love this so much. And she is going to be at Legion's Con. So I do get to meet her.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
And yeah. So, and I'm thrilled. I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled. But I just wanted to shout her out here. She posted in the Cabal and said, if anybody knows me, shout me out. And somebody did. And then she tagged us, I think, in a post on Instagram. And Kevin saw it. And it was a day I was busy from the morning till night. So I didn't get a chance to look at it until late. But I have looked at this picture and looked at this picture and looked at this picture like I don't know how many times, but she is beautiful. And so just filled my heart with joy.
It's perfect.
I know.
That shield, that's the first thing that really catches your eye.
Right. I mean, it is unfreaking real. And as much frustration as I have been through in the last couple of days, just seeing this and knowing that she did it because she heard me say I wanted steampunk, I mean, it just fills my heart. So thank you very much for doing this for me. I cannot tell you how much it means. So thank you. All right. Now, I think that is all I've got so far as that goes. Whew. Now we have all kinds of cool things because we want to get to know you. So, first off, everybody calls you Dirk because your name in the Cabal is Dirk Nagel.
Yep.
But that is not your name.
Nope.
So, where did that come? Like, how? Why? How? When? Where? All the stuff.
I've been using the name since I was about 10. And I don't really remember where the Dirk part came from, but the Nagel, there was a landfill that it's like named after this guy. It's something Nagel. And my dad and I used to always go to the landfill and drop stuff off. And that was kind of like our time together. And I remember just like seeing the sign and thinking like, huh, okay. And me and my buddies used to ride our bikes around and we were pretending we were riding horses and we were fighting stuff. And my like character was Dirk. And then anytime I do any role playing games or just like video games, when you get to name your character and stuff, it was always Dirk Nagel. I just kept it. But then fast forward coming up with like the raccoon logo and everything, then like the raccoon became Dirk. The raccoon was going to be Dirk. And then I just was like, well, I'm not going to use my real name. I'm just going to do Dirk and stuff. So kind of like one and the same, but
right.
Yeah.
So people in the Cabal, people at the shows, all the people call you Dirk.
Yep.
But when you go home, people call you Jared. Like,
yep.
In your mind, is there like a different, like, I'm Dirk here and I'm Jared at home? I mean, is there a different, or is it all just
maybe a little bit, but because I also, more people just call me by my last name. Like more people call me Fouts.
Gotcha.
So I would say people that call me by my first real name is like maybe four or five people.
Okay, yeah.
I think most everyone else calls me Fouts or Dirk. So there is a little bit of that persona with Dirk, but as far as like who I am, it's the same throughout.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, but yeah, you know, like at cons and everything, maybe a little more outgoing or just goofy at times, but
it and I always like wonder, you know, would you prefer to be called like Jared, or do you like prefer to be called Dirk? I mean,
I prefer Dirk.
Okay.
And funny every once in a while when someone might use my first name by accident or just, whatever
Right.
at cons. People are like, what are they talking about? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Jared's my real name. And they're like, what? Like, so it is funny that a lot of people think that that is my legal
Your name.
name.
Yeah.
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 So,
That, to me, that was kind of interesting because it took me a while to put it together that, but I remember being at IshCon and Kevin looked at me and he said, "Did you know that Dirk wasn't his name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did know that actually."
Well, he told me, and I was like, "What do you mean? What is his name?"
yep.
He was like, "It's Jared." I was like, "Oh."
Yep.
So, but I was just that to me that's always been like that's really cool. But
Yeah.
I know everybody calls you Dirk, and like at this point, it's probably just natural. I mean, you just answer to it because you've been that way pretty much since you joined the cabal. So,
Yeah.
yes, and he'll always be Dirk to all of us.
Yep.
All right. So, where did you grow up?
In Northwest Ohio, kind of outside Toledo. I guess Toledo's the biggest city in the area. Just out in the country, surrounded by cornfields and stuff. Flat as can be. Grew up and I still, I live 15 minutes away from where I grew up. So I've always just kind of been right in Ohio. So
Gotcha. What is one of your favorite things about where you grew up?
Everything's pretty slow paced. Everything's just, there's in general, I would say people are a little more patient because things are just a little bit slower. It's just, which I think in turn just makes things kind of calm.
Right.
So it's kind of a nice, calm area. So
Cool.
I do like that a lot about it. So
Do you have siblings?
I have a bunch of siblings. I do. There's 8 of us total.
Ooh, cool.
I have 4 like older half siblings. That my oldest half brother is 63. So his son, my oldest nephew, is only a year or 2 younger than me.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
we grew up, playing Power Rangers together and stuff. So it was cool. Kind of a different family dynamic in that regard. But then I have 3 other siblings. I have an older brother, older sister, and then a baby sister.
Oh,
So,
cool.
and most of my siblings are in the area still. So like my baby sister's in Columbus. She's like a 2-hour drive away. Yeah. So there are lots of nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
That's so
That
fun.
big of a family you have. Your family get-togethers are huge.
They used to be.
Yeah.
They used to be a lot of with everyone being older. My family a lot have like since passed away.
Gotcha.
So but yeah, family get-togethers used to be, 100, 150 people. We'd rent, like a whole park. People would camp and everything and stuff. It was cool. So
That's cool. What were I know you said Power Rangers a while ago. Are those the first action figures that you can remember playing with as a kid?
G.I. Joe.
Okay.
G.I. Joe's always been my favorite. A lot of hand-me-down toys from my older brothers. I had some He-Man, Thundercats. I didn't, since the cartoon wasn't available to watch, I didn't know who any of them were, so I always just made up names. Like He-Man wasn't He-Man. He was just like Muscle Dude or something. And same with like the Thundercats. I thought they were all like one and the same, Silverhawks and all that. I just didn't know any better. So I just thought they were all from the same, because they were, they're all just big muscly dudes and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then it was G.I. Joe. I had the G.I. Joe movie, like the cartoon, and I would watch that 3 or 4 times a week. Like I just loved it. We'd go to garage sales and used to be able to find, you know, a box of GI Joes and vehicles for $10. You know, my mom's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so I had so many. Like I had the aircraft carrier. I think we found it at a thrift store for I think $50. So it's just those good old days of, you know, when collectors weren't really collecting, you could go and get Castle Grayskull for $5 or, you know, like, yeah. So, which I don't have any of my vehicles anymore. I played with my toys, so I'd leave them outside. Some would get buried in mud, or others would just sit in the sun, you know, year after year and then get brittle. And so I didn't really take good care of my toys, but I played with them. Like I really played with them. So,
hey, that's to me that means more than collecting them. You know, I always use the story of Kevin had an extra Luke and took it outside and burned the handoff. Like actually used a magnifying glass and burned the handoff of his extra Luke because he wanted the burned handoff. He wanted that. And he was like, well, that's, you know, if you want it, that's what you got to do to get it. I'm like, but he talks about taking his outside and playing and setting them up and, you know, playing and all the stuff. So to me, that's the best, that you actually played, you love them and you played with them. So, yeah. You still have some of those left, even though you played hard with them?
Most of the figures I still have, you know, the occasional like broken thumb or broken crotch on a go. But yeah, I would say I still have about 90% of those guys. A lot of them are sun faded and stuff. Yeah. But every once in a while I kind of get that itch to like fix them. So I'll take the rusty screws out and put new O-rings on and stuff. Cause I bought like a kit of 100 pieces from Amazon or something to start fixing them up. So I kind of been doing that bit by bit, but
that's awesome that you are now going back and like doing all of that. That's amazing. Of course, you start getting in all of these figures that you're going to have to start sending out. Plus, you're still doing the 3D printing. When are you going to have time to fix them?
I know. I've got a new full-time job.
Yeah.
I took a little bit of a sabbatical from nursing and really was able to like dive into 3D sculpting, 3D printing and stuff. So now I just have to be a little better.
Yeah.
Less doom scrolling on my phone, I think, and I'll be fine. So.
We could all do a little better with doom.
Yeah, we could all do a little better than that.
My Amazon cart, I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you into comics, fantasy books? Like, I know G.I. Joe was big, but what made the gap into fantasy? Like, is there something that you saw or a cartoon or a book or anything that you that drew you to like the fantasy kind of?
I was a weirdo as a little kid, and I always thought that like Star Wars was more fantasy than sci-fi. But when I was like 4, 5, 6, you know, that was always I grew up watching a lot of old like Conan. One of my favorite movies growing up was Willow. Neverending Story.
I just watched that for the first time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. See, that's one of my favorites. Dark Crystal, anything Jim Henson, like that really, you know. So I guess I've always loved fantasy, but to me it was more so everything was fantasy. Then I learned about sci-fi, and you know, my dad loved watching, you know, Star Wars and stuff. Yeah, so he just, you know, so more so fantasy, then kind of branched off into sci-fi. So
gotcha. Where did art come into your childhood? Like, did you draw as a kid? Is that something that were you?
Yeah, we ended up finding a box of, like, my mom would save all of our little doodles and stuff, and my grandma on my mom's side was an artist. She was I wouldn't say she was like a well-known artist in Germany, but she was in her area. She was a well-known watercolor artist.
Oh,
And so my mom would always tell me, even when I was little, that, I got my gift from grandma. Because I would doodle, these like war scenes, like jets and tanks and little army men, driving around. But, my mom would give me this giant sheet of paper, and, within the day I would have the whole thing colored in and drawings, and I would do maps and stuff. So I've always had a bit of that art side. I was going to be an art major out of high school, and I ended up joining the Navy instead, and went a very different path from art. But yeah.
So, you are married.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet your wife?
High school.
Yay!
So long time. We've known each other 22 years. We've been married almost 18. So
yay.
yeah.
Kevin and I met in 3rd grade.
That's right. I remember we talked about that IshCon a little bit.
Yep. Kevin and I met in 3rd grade. Kevin said it's only art if you make the missile sounds when you draw them.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And that, yes, Mark says thank you for your service, Dirk.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
That's just, that to me, that just is a lot that you met in high school. And that, so like, did you have 2 middle schools that came into a high school and you guys met there, or did like somebody move into the?
I was homeschooled up until 8th grade. I went to a Christian academy for 1 year because they only went up to 8th grade, and then I went to a public high school, and then so that's
Gotcha.
where I met her there. We met in theater. Like she did a lot of acting, and I did like lights and backstage stuff. Did a lot of like set painting.
That's cool.
And she used to like pick on me so bad. Like she would always make fun of me, and just like she was mean. She was very mean, and she was just like country girl through and through. And like a lot of people were scared of her. Her mom she ran like the bus system.
Uh-huh.
And so her mom was the one actually that dictated whether we would go to school or not. She would, like, if there was like a snow day or like we'd have fog delays, she would drive around, and if certain areas were okay, she'd be like, nope, like go to school. So, and all the kids knew this, so they would give her a really hard time about it. And she would just like yell at people and like run up to them and just like, she was very intimidating. Yeah. So for her, like, our first few interactions, she was just making fun of me.
Right.
I was just a, fairly shy kid in high school. And so I was just kind of like, oh. But and then she was nice to me one day, and I was like, oh, she's not a jerk. Like, okay. Like, and then we're the same age. But she was ahead a year. So then when she graduated, went to college, and I was still like my senior year. But we kind of dated. We started dating junior year.
Gotcha.
So my junior year, her senior year. And then she went to college just down the road. So we just stayed together. So
that's awesome. So Kevin and I started dating the end of our junior year and
Nice.
off the senior year.
Okay. Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, you said that after you graduated, you went into the Navy. Like,
Yep.
What kind of drew you to the Navy? Why that branch? Why did you choose them?
I always, so like the same buddies that we'd ride around our bikes, and I was Dirk Nagel and stuff. One of my best friends, like we've known each other since we were like 3 or 4. his dad was in the Navy, and he just called me up one day and was like, "Hey, I just joined the Navy." And we'd been talking about like maybe we should join the service, this and that, but I was going to join the Army. And he called and was like, "Hey, you should go talk to this recruiter and stuff." And I was like, oh, "Okay." So I call him up and we set up a meeting the next day. And then the following day, I signed the paper and joined the Navy. So I was 18, so like I didn't need my parents' permission or anything, but I kept him in the loop and was like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking." But within 48 hours from him telling me, he joined, I was in, so we could do the buddy system. We deployed together a few times. Like our careers kind of matched each other for the first 10 years or so, which was nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
it was cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
So my sister-in-law worked for Congressman McHenry in North Carolina, and one of her jobs was traveling around to all of the bases and talking to the people at the base to see what they needed and what
Right.
They needed from needed so that when things came up in Congress, she could tell her congressman, this is what's needed, this is why they need it, this is all the stuff. So she traveled a lot to a lot of different bases all over the world. And she she told us, she said, "Yeah, if you're going into any service, you need to go in the Navy."
Yeah. All my family was Air Force. Like my dad, a bunch of my brothers, uncles, grandpas, like all Air Force.
Right.
But I joined in 2006, so the war in Iraq was full swing, and the Air Force was like, "We're good. We got enough people.
Right.
We're not recruiting." Army and Marine Corps, they were aggressive.
Right.
And the Navy was recruiting, but not as much. So, yeah.
Well, she ended up working. She now works with Space Force.
Oh wow.
Which is Air Force, and she actually has a master's from Air University.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen a handful of Space Force, and yeah, very, very secretive. They just kind of show up, they do their thing, and then they're gone. And
They're gone, right. So, what do you do now? Like, what is your job now? What is your
registered nurse? About 2017, kind of went off of active duty with the Navy and went to reserves so that I could go to school. Took me 6 years, but I got my bachelor's and graduated in 21. Took a little bit of a hiatus during COVID because they were like, "Oh, we're going to do everything online." And I was like, "Nah, I don't have the discipline to do online school. Like I would have just failed real fast." So
Yeah.
Took a couple semesters off. So now I've been registered nurse. Was with Cleveland Clinic for the first few years, and then now I just got a new job closer to home, so I'm not driving an hour and a half out to Cleveland. And
Yeah. That's awesome.
it's like a 10-minute drive down the road, so it's nice.
And you're still in the reserves.
Yep.
Okay. You just went to Japan.
Yep.
You were there for a month-ish?
Almost, yeah. It was like 3.5 weeks.
Gotcha. And I know that when you're over there, you're working and doing things over there, but did you have time to like have fun? Did you see something that you hadn't seen? Like what's something that you did over there that was really cool?
We get the weekends off, thankfully. It was my 10th. It was my 10th time being out there. And that part of Japan's like real, it's kind of like Ohio where it's just like a lot of rice fields and stuff. It's very rural. So anything more touristy is like anywhere from 2, 3, 4 hours of a drive.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff, because we had some new guys with us, I always have a rental. And so there's some things that are really cool, but I've seen them a dozen times now, but I still like to take the new guys there just to kind of show them. And it's, This trip, it was a lot of kind of repeat stuff. There's a really cool castle. And it's on this huge, I think it's like 100 and some acres, and there's like all these moats. And during cherry blossom season, it's one of the top 5 places in Japan to go see the cherry blossom, because there's like 2,000 cherry blossom trees. And there's one cherry blossom tree they say is the second largest, I think, in Japan. And I think it's like the 3rd oldest. So everyone goes, and like within this area, like you have to be super quiet, and in general, everyone in Japan is super respectful, but like in that area, it's very, so it's cool to kind of just stay back a little and just kind of watch how people are. But there was a fox shrine that we went to, where they have the Torah gates, like those red, it's like a red pillar, and it's just like the Torah gate, and there's like 1,000 of those. So there's like this big path that leads up to like a waterfall. And then they have like hundreds of little like stone fox statues and stuff. And people will leave little bottles of like sake and yen and everything. So that was a new thing we did this year. That was really cool.
That's awesome.
A lot of hiking. So yeah.
Oh, fun. You do 3D printing, and now you're going to be your own little toy store.
Yep.
Which is awesome. Outside of that, and I guess outside of nursing, is there something different that you would, if you had the choice now to go back and do something different, would you go back and choose a different career?
That's a good question. I don't think so. As a kid, I always wanted to be a farmer. When I was real little, I guess blame my mother and being homeschooled, I wanted to be a tractor. When I was like 3 or 4 years old, I'd always tell my mom that I wanted to be a tractor. And then what I meant, though, is that I wanted to be a farmer. And because we had like 1,000 acres. That was my great grandpa's. We didn't farm, but my dad had his best friend from high school was a farmer. So he just like contracted land out. So every harvest I would hang out with him and ride around the combines. I got my license at 12 so that I could drive truck. So it was like a provisional like license, and I was big enough that I could drive some of the smaller trucks around and help out and stuff. But then in high school is kind of when that phased out. Then I wanted to be an art major. Joined the Navy. Was really just enjoying that, and then nursing just felt right, kind of clicked. I don't really think there's anything else that I'd be like, nah, I would do that differently. Like I have been extremely happy with my path, my choices. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't think so.
Yay. What interest and hobbies do you have outside of toys?
I'm looking around. I'm up in my little man cave area, and everything is just books and toys. I do a little bit of gaming, not nearly as much. I do still paint a lot. I do a lot of watercolor. I read a lot. I read a lot. I got a ton of nerd books. Lego. I'm real big into Lego. Yeah, I think everything's very centered around toys, really, whether it's Lego or that or art. I play Magic the Gathering. I'm real big into that. So.
Oh. Now, do you have a group there close to you where you guys get together? Do you do it online? Like
we try to get together. I've got a couple different little buddy groups that will just go to like each other's houses and play and stuff. I got some Navy buddies that I'm teaching how to play. So like on a duty weekend, if there's nothing to do. So We'll bring our cards and like afterwards, because we'd go to Pittsburgh, and we've kind of done everything there is to do around Pittsburgh. We kind of got it out of our system, so now we're just like, we'll go back to the hotel and set up, and we'll play Magic for a couple hours. So yeah.
Fun. So as an adult, I know you were in the Navy, then you are, you're back home, you're in the reserves, you're going to school. So when did like collecting in toys happen as an adult? Like when did you start?
I don't think I ever really stopped.
Okay.
I had all my toys. I've always customized. Starting out around 8, I used to chop up my Power of the Force Star Wars figures and stuff, and I had testers enamel paint because my brother did model kits, and he had all these tester paints, and so he would let me use them. If not, it was colored Sharpies on my old GI Joes and stuff. It's just like whatever I could get my hands on. But then it kind of progressed where I had like a huge Lego phase, and I was using Adobe Illustrator to make custom like water slide decals to go on Lego, to make like my own little minifigs and stuff. So I did that, and then I got back into like the 1/118 scale stuff when they brought back the GI Joes and Star Wars Vintage. Got into that. I was customizing those. Then it was like, they're too small. So then I did Marvel Legends, and then phased into Mythic. I remember the Kickstarter in 2015, but Kickstarter was such a new thing to me that I was like, oh, I'm going to give someone, a couple $100, and I got to wait a year and a half or 2 years, whatever. And so I was like, no, thank you. Maybe that's one regret I could say that I did starter. And then I would see it pop up here and there, but then it wasn't until I think 2017 when I got goblins. I got a bunch of goblins, and then from there, then it was just kind of Mythic Legion, and customizing them. It was so much more like with Marvel Legends. I feel like I was just making a character that Hasbro hadn't made yet.
Yeah.
With Mythic Legions, it was like whatever I can think of, So I started making characters from when I was a kid. These fantasy characters and stuff, and yeah. So I guess I've never really stopped collecting. It's just evolved. So
just evolve, yeah, and that's a good way to say it. You went from collecting and playing with them as a kid. I can't believe you were 8 years old when you started like customizing and painting. And
it was very rough. Like I would take like my Boba Fett. I had an extra Boba Fett, and I chopped off Greedo's head and his hands and like glued them on. Yeah, I had a lot of unsupervised time, so I could get into, I could get a kitchen knife or something and chop things off, or get a lighter and melt things, and I don't know. As long as I was being creative, my parents would support it.
Right.
So, whatever. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
So like some of those figures that you did that to, do you still have those?
I did. I do. I found that very first one when we were going through like our parents' house, cleaning stuff out. I found it. I've since re-lost it, but I know that it's in my possession. It's just it's probably in a little junk box,
A box somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been kind of on the bottom of the to-do list. Like I should find it and either like frame it or something, put it in a little glass case, and my first custom kind of thing. So
when you do find it, you are gonna have to like share it, because now I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like now I really want to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a super chat from Curtis. What's the best new scale available at retailers?
112.
Yeah.
112. 112 is where it's at. 1/6 is too expensive. 118 is too small, and my eyes and my hands are getting old. So 112 is perfect.
Perfect size.
Yep.
But the actual best size is the new imp scale, because
Oh, is that what he
Now
was
I
fishing for?
can have Curtis in one pocket and Jesse in the other pocket.
We love
Those-
that.
I am very excited. So I'm gonna go real heavy on ordering up those two
Okay.
figures. So
Yeah. So we have stayed out of the Glyos.
Ugh,
Stayed away.
you're
Not
missing
gonna
out.
do it. Not gonna do it. But now that the imp scale is here, I don't have to because I can get a 4-inch figure and stick it in my pocket.
yeah.
Pocket mythic.
That's right. That's gonna be mine. Oh. She said, "Thank you so much for the shout out, guys. My husband just called to tell me because I missed it. Thanks so much. I love this community." Oh, it meant so much to me. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And I love, love, love that shield. Love that shield. Love it. Love, love, love.
Awesome job. Awesome, especially for your first custom.
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Beautiful. So, means so much. Thank you very much. So goblins were your first mythics that you. Oh yeah, we did buy one Glyos
I was
because
just about to say.
we got the one Glyos because we were getting the big Infinity, and I wanted the Glyos to match, and I will get the bigger Glyos to match so that I can have them in one progression.
It would be really cool if they included the Glyos version, like with the large, like 4 Horsemen tribute. That'd be
That'd
cool.
be so cool.
But
I imagine we'll see Glyos, coming back out with that paint scheme.
Right. We did get one. I got the one.
Okay.
Because we got and then I think there's going to be a larger one that Glyos, the guy that did that, is actually going to do to match the Legions one. Like it's going to be closer to the Legions. So I wanted all 3 of them so that whenever I put them together, you could see the progression, where it is and where it went. And I thought, but it's not a pocket. I don't carry it. It is sitting and waiting on the other one to come in from Legions. That's the only reason I've got one. Kevin, we don't have Glyos. We have one.
You need them. You need them in your life.
So,
I
goblins. We're going to goblins. Which are just a little bit bigger than Glyos.
Yep.
So, your first custom was a goblin then. Is that right? Did you customize one of your goblins after you got one?
Shoot, now I did actually. Yeah, I did a like a patina armored one, and I ended up cutting up like some of the helmets to make it because I hadn't bought any 3D prints yet. And I hadn't started doing any of that stuff myself. So it was all using existing pieces, chopping them up, kind of thing, doing that. And I used to do a lot more hand sculpting, like with green stuff.
Right.
I don't do it nearly as much now with digital sculpting. But I had to sculpt I think I took the round helmet from the Legion builder, and you can take the helmet off and he has like an eye. He's got like eyes and like a little bit of a nose. I sculpted a mouth on him and then raised that part of the round part like up on top. So it kind of looked like it could like open up. And he's got like a snarl and everything. And then I did a winter one where I painted his armor like a light blue and then like dry brushed it white to look like snow, put a bunch of fur on him, and then painted his face up a bit. So yeah, those were the first 2 Legions that I customized.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna have to go back and find pictures. You've got to show us pictures. Like,
somewhere I might.
At some point under the chat in Legions Ladies Live on Facebook, you need to throw those pictures because I'm gonna want to go through and see those pictures, and I'm gonna be like, oh, let me see. So yeah, if you get those, throw them up so we can all see them because I know people would love to see them. Um, so we, you started purchasing 3D prints.
Yep.
Evidently. And then what made you like go into printing them and in turn like drawing like creating them yourself to print? Like where how can you tell us that progression?
I've 3D printed for a long time, but I used to just do like filament. Back when you used to have to buy all the parts and like build the printer yourself and all that. So really like earlier days of
Right.
DIY 3D printing. And it was okay. Wasn't great. Like it's come a long way. And I used to do like bigger like props and stuff is what I was 3D printing. So I was familiar with it, but resin always seemed way more labor intensive, very intimidating, chemicals and stuff, and you have to print it, you have to clean it, you have to cure it. Like there's just a lot to it.
Yeah.
And so I was always very standoffish with it. And it was Legions Con 2022 was my first Legions Con. I ended up just going. I didn't book a hotel or anything. I got there and like everything was sold out, and I ended up sleeping in my car. I napped. I should say I napped in my car in a parking garage across the street at the La Quinta.
I remember that part.
Most of the time, I just stayed in the hallway, waiting in line with people. Like I think I got up at like 3 a.m. Like I went out to my car around 11, slept for a couple hours, and then went inside, waited in line and stuff. But I talked to a bunch of people 3D printing that, they did 3D printing, and people were just like, it's really not that bad. And it's, so I got a lot of encouragement there that like, you can do it, like it's,
Yeah.
So I bought tons of prints. I probably still have some of them that I haven't, I just keep buying prints, and just not enough time in the day to paint them all. So yeah. I think a little part of it was like affordability, where like Legion's Con, I spent hundreds on 3D prints, and I guess my cheap brain was just like, well, I could buy a 3D printer for $300 and print them, way cheaper kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then it was also like, how can I make my own? Just that, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, there is something about having an idea, sculpting it, 3D printing it, and then being able to like paint it and everything, like beginning to end. I like, I guess it's an achievement that I'm proud of, to be able to kind of do that full circle. Yeah. So.
And you should be, because they are awesome. So what program do you use to 3D sculpt?
ZBrush.
ZBrush. Okay. So that's the same thing that the studio uses, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and how long do you, I know you're sculpting and doing now, but like your first sculpt, like how long did it take you to feel comfortable enough to print something that you sculpted?
I need to print. So I have, my very first sculpt was a goblin sculpt, and I started out with just like, you just start out with this little round ball.
Yeah. And
you just, sculpt on it. And I did not know any of the tools. And so I just kind of kept, what does this tool do? And I would, doodle and stuff. And then I would like undo it kind of things, like my little ball of clay. And once I understood like a dozen of the tools, then I just started sculpting. And the goblin head, have you ever seen Spaceballs?
Uh-huh.
So Mel Brooks' character of, is it the Yoda? Now I'm drawing a blank on his characters. Someone should say it in the chat, but Mel Brooks's Yoda, he resembles him. He's like very lumpy and everything. It's awful.
Yoda.
I want to Gogurt. Yeah. Yeah. I want to print that. Even just kind of for shits and giggles, I guess.
Right.
But then after that, I sat down, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, did some little practice sculpts here and there, and then just went with it. And the next sculpt I did was my goblin archer. So he's got one of those like quilted like head things. He's got helmet on, his little ears are sticking out and stuff. That was then like the first sculpt that I was like, all right, I'm gonna print it, see how it looks. And then that was like the first few sculpts on the website.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that one was one of my favorites. So
That's awesome. Well, I have a favorite that you did.
yeah.
Because you did one for me and I got to paint it.
Oh yeah. So good.
It's beautiful.
And so I know that I messaged you and said, hey, are you interested?
No.
And you said, sure, I've not done anything like that. Let me try.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous. She's so beautiful. I love her. So you've also done some other great things, like you and Mira kind of talk through a sculpt that you did for her that went to like the proceeds went to the March of Dimes, which was amazing. And that was very, very cool. Like, how was it to like talk with her and kind of get her ideas and then kind of put it together? And
it was a fun project. Like, and I know she's just now starting her law school and everything, so she's going to be busy, but we have talked at some point in time we're going to work together on another one, because it was such a fun project. But I was kind of messing around, wanted to do, this cosmic female and stuff, and really had like no direction, no idea. And Mira was customizing like crazy, and her customs were so creative. And she was just such a, she's got such a creative mind.
Absolutely.
And something really clicked, and I was like, I need to talk to her. Like, I need to talk to her and run some ideas by her or something, or just see what she thinks. And so I sent her some ideas, and she loved it. And she, like, I think within a few hours had like these sketches and all kinds of stuff, and was like, hey, like, what do you think of this? And it was kind of like a back and forth. And it was like, okay, I can do that. Like, I can learn how to do that. So it really was a collaborative project kind of thing, where we were kind of spitballing back and forth, and just, it was really cool. And I, appreciated her time and input and everything, and just was like, hey, I'd like to donate the proceeds. I said, what's a charity that's near and dear to you? And she said March of Dimes. She spent a lot of time in the hospital as a preemie, and March of Dimes was there for her and her family when they needed it. And I said, yeah, definitely, like, let's do it. So
fantastic. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. I know that you had some ideas, you threw them out to her, she kind of refined some ideas and threw them back to you, and you guys worked together to create this. Like, and I know I sent you a picture, this is what I'm looking for, is there, can we get close to this? And you were able to do that for me. But like, when you're creating something that's not been created before, like, where does your inspiration come from?
I have a ton of like concept art books. I have a lot of like how to draw type books from when I was younger that I still have, and mostly fantasy and stuff. Sometimes I'll flip through those. I look at a lot of miniatures, like people that sculpt miniatures for like tabletop gaming. In the fantasy space, I think are some of the most creative, because there's some wild, little miniatures. So I kind of, flip through those and stuff. just to kind of get some inspiration, pull ideas. Oh, that's really cool. Like I like how they did that, or like this looks really good. So I'll pull some that, and some of it too is just like ideas I had as a kid. I still have some sketchbooks of little doodles that I did as a kid and everything. So I've tried to pull from some of that to find that inspiration. So a little bit of everything.
Oh man, your frog, your pig, your hedgehog, like
Your hedgehog.
they are amazing. Like so freaking creative, and on a goblin or a dwarf body. I mean, they are just freaking perfect.
Yep.
Right? Like the frog was the first one, right?
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah. Like you're looking through your stuff, and then you just kind of like, well, I wonder if you can do that. I mean,
yeah. It was kind of out of a lack of parts. I know my action figure custom used to have like a really cool like toad head. They had a body, and I think they even had like feet. And Nikki had done some customs, and I remember seeing her customs at Legion's Con 2022.
right.
And I fell in love with them. Didn't have the money to buy them at the time. Was like, all right. It was just kind of one of those things. I wanted it, but over the years, I was doing other projects, this and that, and went to look for parts. And there were some frog parts out there, but it just didn't have the frog look.
Right.
And so I kind of went back and forth with some ideas and stuff. And I was like, well, what if I just did one solid piece? Then I can have, I can have more of a anatomical look of a frog, but sacrifice some of that articulation, which I probably could have figured out a way to do something with it, but part of it is out of just not having enough time to invest into that. And so I did the first frog and was really just kind of seeing what people's thoughts were. Are people going to be like, oh, the head doesn't move, I don't like it? I don't think anyone complained. Like everyone, like the frogs, people really liked the frog. So that was cool, super motivating. And then I just like took that concept, the whole torso head combo and ran with it. And then did Dirk's Garden Gang. Did, all kinds of critters and stuff. And now with the imp scale, I'm excited to shrink some of those down and now have even smaller frogs and stuff. So
it looks so good.
Yeah.
That is gonna
be piglets with the pigs and more frogs and stuff. Yeah. So I'm really excited for all the possibilities with that new scale.
Yeah.
So
I am too. Let's take a moment. Okay. Amber, do you want to bring up the tool, the giveaway tool one more time? We are giving away tonight one of Curtis's brush sets. He graciously allowed us to give away one of his brush sets. And Dirk is going to add in a plethora of things for you to paint with that brush set. And so hashtag a panda party to get both of those things sent to you so that you can start creating and painting and having a good time. So again, the brush set from Curtis Art by Ackerman, and then the 3D parts from Dirk's Designs and Customs. So if you have not already, please hashtag Panda Party.
Say there's 31 people in the live right now and only 19 entries.
19 entries. Yeah. Come on, people. Let's do this.
Get it up there.
Hashtag Panda Party. We're actually going to give it about 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And then while we do that, let's take that away for just a minute, because you and I have worked on a little project, and it is going to be shown here for the very first time.
Yep.
And I'm so excited. So Dirk and I were side by side at IshCon and started talking, and he lovingly and graciously said that he would like to try to do something that I really, really was so excited about. And I cannot tell you how how exciting this is. So he went to Japan, and then he came back, and he has been working, and we are going to share them tonight for the first time on the show. They will be at Legion's Con. You can get them from my table with Art by Ackerman. You can get them from me. And then Dirk is going to put them on his website, so you will be able to order them and have them in hand. But he and I
after Legion's Con sometime.
After Legion's Con, you won't
So
be
if
able
you
to
really want hit up Tanya's table. And
that's right, at Legion's Con, because you're gonna want these. This is amazing. And we're going to do one that will be a Legion's Con exclusive. We're going to leave, and that one we're not going to show tonight. We're going to show that one at Legion's Con or closer to. And I'm so excited. So the rest of these you will be able to get off the website after Legion's Con. You can get them from me at Legion's Con. And I'm so excited. Okay, Dirk, I'm gonna make you big, and you're gonna show them.
All right. They're all still prototypes. Kind of thinking through the best way to do them. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But I do have some that are attached. But
ooh,
I'm trying to think.
We're making wings.
I think that made it worse. All right, that's a little better.
Look at those.
They're so gorgeous.
They do attach onto the back adapters. This one, though, just because of how it is here, I had to cut off. There's like that little lip on it. I had to cut that off. So these are kind of dragonfly wings.
Yeah.
I'll show other pairs that aren't attached, but then there are more butterfly.
Ooh,
they're so gorgeous.
They won't be able to like open and close with the peg system, but they will be able to kind of like
up and down.
Yeah.
that's so cool.
These ones is kind of hard to tell. It's mostly translucent. The ones I'll be printing will most likely be like 95% translucent. You can just put like a glaze on it or something.
Right.
And there's another kind of
fairy wings.
Yep. There's these ones.
Ooh.
These ones I think will benefit most from kind of like being able to rotate, because they have very different looks and how you style them. And the other set, I think this might be my favorite set, are these ones.
I wish I could paint. Tanya girl, hook it up.
I got you, girl.
These ones I didn't have to chop off the back adapter thing, but
oh boy. Tanya, I'm gonna need one of every wing.
You know it, girl. You know it.
They do balance like very well. Like she's just kind of sitting on my MacBook there. So, yeah.
They're so cool.
Yeah. So there's those four still kind of working through a little bit. The other nice thing is I can print them like giant wings. I can print them smaller. I just kind of have to figure out what's the ideal fairy wing size. So,
yeah. So those are prototypes.
Yep.
Dirk is working very hard. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. I'm so excited. There will be one pair that will only be available at Legion's Con, and then for the next Legion's Con, I will do another special edition for that as well. I will get these in hand prayerfully early enough to be able to paint some up, so you will be able to get some of them will be painted and ready to go. Some of them will be not painted so that you can paint them to match whatever you are doing. But Dirk, I am so on. It is so exciting to be able to have Legion's Ladies Live wings, to be able to.
Oh yeah. The only fairy wings we have are Artemis, the first version of Artemis. She's got the large ones,
Right.
which are they're cool. Like I love the pair.
Right.
They're heavy.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
They're heavy and they're big, but they are beautiful. They are gorgeous wings, and I love them. The translucence on them are really amazing. The smaller wings with Artemis 2 are, again, gorgeous wings. I use those wings myself for my Tinkerbell. Whenever I did my Tinkerbell, I used the Artemis 2 wings. But I love how they look on her. I love the design of those as well. But I really wanted a different looking wings, and we're not getting those from the Four Horsemen, and nobody is creating those in the community. And so when we got to talk at IshCon, and ideas just started flowing, and you and I just kind of spent the time together to be able to go through and kind of pick and choose some different looks and some different wings and stuff. And then when you sent me that first set, I cried. I was so excited. So you guys are seeing them here for the first time. Dirk is going to continue to work on them and perfect them. And then he is going to mail me a big group of them.
Hopefully end of August.
Yeah.
For the end of August, that would give you September, October.
To be able to paint some and show them off. Amber, he will probably send you some of the prototypes as well, or some of the first ones as well, so you will have some. And send a few to Stacy too, because we do the mod squad, so she'll want some as well. But the majority of them will come to me. I'm going to paint some up. I'm going to have some blank and some painted, and they will be at Legion's Con. And just come see me at my table, and you can get some Legion's Ladies Live wings. And then Dirk will have them on his website afterwards to be able to sell. So I don't want people that are not able to make it to Legion's Con not to be able to get them. But you won't be able to get them until after Legion's Con.
Yeah. Yep.
So exciting!
I was going to say, well, we're talking about the wings, because some of I wasn't sure if the back adapter would be best, or if I should try and utilize the pauldron ports. Which is why, so I did it on this, so you can see the wings don't hinder the pauldrons at all. So it does give you the option. And I don't feel like they set as far back that they look weird.
No, they're perfect. They're actually perfect. So and you can see, so I've got these wings.
Okay.
And you see how far back they sit.
Yeah.
Now I've had these wings for a while and wanted to use them on one of my customs, and these are like feather wings. So for this custom, they worked out amazing. But they sit really far back. And with her hair, like I'm not able to use her pauldron holes because of her hair. It's too long in the back to be able to use those.
Yeah.
So I really think that the thinner, closer to will look a lot better.
Yeah, using the back adapter, and I have a lot of back adapters.
Yeah, and they're starting to put them all back in all of the things that are coming out as well. So if you don't have any, just ask somebody who's been collecting a while, because they have them in a jar and they're just sitting there waiting.
I'll dig through all of mine, and I should have enough to send you back adapters with all the wings I send you, so then people don't have to, they can use the wings right away because it'll have an included back adapter. So that's the plan. I should have enough. So.
Okay. And if you don't, I have some too, because people know that I love the wings, and they have been graciously giving me back adapters so that I have them for for lots of wings, because I love the wings. So I do a lot of that, but it truly means the world to me, Dirk, that you are working on this, and that Dub 3, I will take any back adapters you have. I will take.
Oh yeah.
I cannot have enough. I cannot have enough. So any back adapters that anybody wants to send, I am happily, graciously taking them all.
Send Tanya your back adapters.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes, all the back adapters. We will. Yeah.
Also, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, MJ. That is awesome. So one more pair that we will debut right before Legion's Con. And Dirk, if you are there, are you coming up on Thursday night? You gonna be
Legion's Con?
Yeah.
I'll be there Tuesday.
Oh, perfect.
I'm coming up Tuesday, so I might come up Monday.
Not sure
yet.
So Thursday night, we are going to do a live from Legion's Con like we did last year. And I would love for you to come up and let's show the Legion's Con exclusives live there.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do that. Dirk, if you will make sure that you are there, we will show those at Legion's Con live when we do our live show from Legion's Con. And that way everybody can see them and get excited and everything. So, but I'm super excited about those. That is one of my favorite things. I'm so excited. All right, let's draw real quick, and then we have a couple questions to ask you before we end the night. And you're gonna have to come back because we didn't get through everything.
Absolutely, come back.
I never do. Never do. Oh, Brad Johnson. Hey, Brad. So hashtag Panda Party. There are 38 people in here, and we have 23 people. Again, you are getting the Art by Ackerman brushes. And
now
then
we're
you are also getting a goodie bag with lots of things to paint from Dirk.
Yay!
So
I'll include this set. I think this is probably the most berry. So I'll include it of these as well. So
and one set of wings, and you will get those before I will get those.
maybe.
Well, maybe. But you will get some good stuff. But hashtag Panda Party, and you get a set of brushes as well as some 3D parts from Dirk. All right, and we're gonna give it.
See, we're at 39 now and 29 entries, so they shot up real quick there. So
yeah. All right, 10 more seconds. And Amber, let's go ahead and draw.
Who's it gonna be? I love when we do these.
I know, I do too. I'm so excited.
Ah, Cookie!
Cookie! She
They
has won
called it. They told her to
everything,
get out
right?
here.
Oh my gosh, she has won so much.
Yeah. Congratulations.
That is
We love that.
fantastic. Congratulations, Koki. I cannot wait to send those to you. Yay! Dub Dub, son of a. Oh, that was funny. Oh, Amber, Kevin had a question for Dirk before we go any further. I saw him say, I've got a suggestion. Okay. Instead of being known as the new Raccoon King, why not go with Bandit King? Raccoons are often called bandits.
It's not a bad idea. That might be like an alter ego, maybe.
Yeah.
Dirk the Bandit. I like it.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. Koki, wake up G and tell him he can't have that either. Oh, that was funny.
Jesus,
Okay.
right.
You're gonna have to come back again.
Of course.
I have so many questions, and we get through this video.
What pages do we get through?
2.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'll
2
be
out of
back.
5.
Okay. Right.
But that's okay. That's okay. And you may have answered more because, like, some of the questions I have for you, like when you're talking, you answer more than one question.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I have to go back through and figure out, kind of as I'm reading through, I'm like, he answered that one, he answered that one, he answered that one. So, but I think we're through about 1.5, almost 2 pages. So
It's not bad.
We did good. We did great.
We had a lot to show off and talk about. So.
We did. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Those wings. Amber, are you excited?
Oh, so excited. But we did also miss a super chat.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, Curtis does a $4.99 super chat. He says, well, I'm 3 of the people watching and can't put in for my own brushes. Also, did you guys see that amazing exploded figure review that dropped today? Check it out on the Art by Ackerman YouTube channel.
I will.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I didn't get a chance to before we started the show tonight, but we will watch it this weekend for sure.
Which figure he exploded?
He exploded the new Cleric Paladin.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, definitely.
I know. Right? It's good. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I can't wait to watch that one. Okay. 2 questions, and then we are going to find out where you are going to be, where people can come see you, what shows and stuff you're going to be at, and all of that stuff. So first, the 2 questions. Ember, you good with me getting the first one and you getting the second one?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. First question that we always end the night on. The dragon, Baethier, was the first of 5 pillars. And Jeremy has said that they're not necessarily all going to be dragons.
Okay. Yep.
What do you think the other 4 pillars are going to be? Or what would you like them to be?
I would love to see a giant. Not a half giant, but like a full-size giant. So, like, something big.
Yeah.
Something that makes the trolls look kind of shrimpy. That I think would be like my number one, because there's so much they could do with it.
Yes.
So much they could do with the dragons. I would like to see maybe a kind of a Asian inspired dragon, something more like snake-like, kind of like a bigger version of that. A little familiar.
Right.
I love that.
I would
Yeah,
love
I'd like to see something like that. Maybe like a manticore or like a griffin, like something mythological in that regard.
Right.
because they're really hitting like all the bases with stuff. I think yeah, some crazy manticore would be really cool. And then hopefully a couple more dragons, like maybe 3 dragons, another mythical creature, or like a sphinx, like some super smart weird sphinx would be cool. But then like a full size giant. Those would be, I think those are my thoughts on the 5 pillars.
Gotcha. Those sound perfect. I wouldn't mind a couple more dragons myself. All right, Amber.
So, what is one thing that you can tell us that you haven't told anyone else?
So I've been thinking about this one, and there's a few. There's one that I decided not to go with. I think just because of the backlash, it just wouldn't be good for my image. The one I'll go with, though, since I mentioned being homeschooled, I didn't learn to read until I was almost 12 years old. So at 11, I'd say at 11, I was reading like Dick and Jane books, like Hooked on Phonics. Like for whatever reason, I just really struggled to read, and I would get so worked up. I would cry. I didn't get it. It was, at the time, it was worse than math, and math's pretty bad. So, my mom just stuck with it. I read all summer, and then it clicked. And within like 6 months, I was reading chapter books and loved it. I went from hating it to loving it, kind of thing. But it's always kind of one of those things that it just sat heavy on me that I don't talk about.
Right.
But I didn't learn to read till I was 12 almost. My baby sister learned to read before I did, and she used to read to me. So yeah, it was.
So it's the art part of your brain.
Yeah.
You were more art than you were science and math.
Yeah.
So the art part of your brain enjoyed the art and the design and all that. But once you got it, like, it does click that way, though. I think that's a cool way to put it. It just clicks.
Still don't like math. Like,
Terrence, come on.
yeah.
Things I learned in this episode. Fairy wings coming. Yes, they are. Dirk has a dirty backlash secret. Tanya doesn't mind dead naming people. Japan is like Ohio. And Amber does an awesome finger gun.
Those are 5 really solid takeaways.
I've been practicing that for years. Thank you, Curtis.
Curtis, I think you pretty much got this episode down pat.
That was perfect as Mark notes.
It was. Oh my
Video
goodness.
right there.
Dirk, where are you going to be? What shows are you going to be at between now and Legion's Con?
Just Joe Lanta. When I got the new job, I had to let him know. So a couple other shows I was thinking about had to get axed. Just because I'm going to be taking so much time off for Joe Lanta and for Legion's Con. Because with Joe Lanta, it's cheaper for me to fly to Raleigh. I stay with Van there, and then Van Jordan and I will drive up to Georgia.
Oh, what a fun car ride!
Yeah,
that's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, we've done that twice now. Yeah, it's been great. So
Fun.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So spending time with Van's family and everything, and So
Yeah.
yeah.
What a cute little Logan he has.
Oh yeah.
Cute little Logan.
He's funny.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you at Legion's Con. You said you might go up Monday. You'll definitely be there by Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm off. I'm off work every other Monday, so I got to do the math and figure out where my schedule is going to land to see if that's Monday I'm off or not.
Right.
If it is, and I don't have to take like the PTO, I'm tempted to head down early. So I know Curtis and Darla are going to be there, so maybe I want to try and get a little one-on-one time with Curtis. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I will see you. We're not coming in on Friday. We will be in on Saturday morning. Like I said, we're going to leave here at Dark 30 to drive down to Joe Lanta, and it'll be our anniversary day. What better way to spend your anniversary than with all of your closest friends?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Toy show.
I'm surrounded by toys. So
That's right. And painting, because you're gonna have painting set up. I can sit down and bring me a little bag with me to sit down and paint. So
yeah.
Kevin's like, "Oh my gosh, Tanya, no."
It is. It will be nice to kind of have that set up, and people can kind of come and go as they want.
Yeah.
I think there might be a couple times we shut down just because there's some panels we want to go to.
Oh yeah.
So there'll be, but yeah, people can come and go. There's going to be all kinds of parts to paint. I'm working on a few more exclusives for Brett. I had the one for Toylanta. I did an exclusive because he had that ATL 25.
Right.
So I did kind of a military themed head sculpt. And that was another really fun project working with Brett, kind of back and forth and everything. So got some big ideas coming for Joe Lanta. So yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. I can't wait. Okay. So yeah, that's going to be fantastic. So we will see you down in Joe Lanta, and then we will see you back up in Legion's Con. Kevin did ask if you were bringing your wife to Legion's Con.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I've tried. But
No.
no. But every year I've asked and like try to bribe and this and that.
Gotcha.
Nope.
No.
All right, Amber, where are you going to be? I know this upcoming weekend, Sunday, you are going to be at Toy Tubers Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Get your pictures. Let me live vicariously through her. So get your
Come find
pictures
me.
of Amber. That's right. Go see her. Okay. Where else are you going to be, Amber?
I don't think we're going to RetroCon. We'll be at ToyCon and maybe the Lehigh Valley Toy Show.
Okay. And then you'll be at Legion's Con in November.
Legion's Con, yeah, of course.
Yes.
All right.
We get in Wednesday.
Woohoo! So thank you again to our new sponsor, Dirk's Designs and Customs.
Yay!
We are so excited that you are excited that you are going to be a sponsor. We love it, love it, love it. Oh yeah, and Kevin said Valiverse is supposed to have a big announcement at the Toy Tubers Expo.
Okay.
So if they do a panel or something, you guys check that out. Let us know what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Woohoo! All right.
Oh, 1 minute. So
Yep.
I know you guys are working towards 1,000 subscribers.
We are.
As a sponsor now, I'm thinking one of the prizes, once you guys hit 1,000, whoever wins the prize, I can personally sculpt something for them. If they come up with some ideas, if they want this, that, or something, I can hopefully bring their creation to life, sculpt something for them. I can print a bunch up and send them out, and then probably do the same thing I did like with Mira, where I can put it on the site, and whatever charity they want the proceeds to go to can do that.
Oh, that is
That's
amazing.
great.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Kevin, you need to make me a slide so I can start posting that everywhere so we can hit that 1,000. So
Yeah.
we did get up to 660. And I
Saw that.
know last year at Legion's Con, we added about 120 or something
That's awesome.
just at Legion's Con last year. So we need to get,
I bet you can hit it before Legion's Con.
I'm hoping, we need 1,000. We need it bad.
Or
So
at Legion's Con, which would also be really cool.
yeah. Oh, 2 more tonight. Perfect. Yay.
Nice.
So yes, if you haven't subscribed. Kevin is going to make me something that I can post with that on it, because that is like one of the best prizes. Like, that's so exciting. I'm excited. I'll get Kevin on that. And then yeah, at Legion's Con on Thursday night when we go live, we will reveal the Legion's Con exclusive fairy wings. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Dirk.
Yep.
Thank
No,
you.
my pleasure. My pleasure.
Oh,
Legion's Con is good. It's going to be, I think this will be, last year was awesome with like the dragon and everything. I don't think there's going to be as much hype, which is perfectly fine, because then it's more time and energy to just spend with everyone. So I think this year's going to be another good one. So
it's going to be so much fun. Like, I have been thinking about Legion's Con 2025 since Legion's Con 2024. So
Yep. That Sunday, Monday on my drive home, I'm just like, all right, next year, like, what
next
am
year, wait.
Yeah.
But now I'm sitting here and like she's almost finished. She's close to being finished, and then I've got another one that I'm in the middle of doing.
That's awesome.
So I'm in the middle of working on this one, and like in my head, I'm like, okay, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, So I'm kind of like, I've only got 3 months. Like,
Yeah.
We're so close. I got to get these things.
Anytime Jeremy posts like an update, like Legion's Cons is this far away, I'm just like, oh no, stop. Like,
well, every day, and I show it all the time. Every day.
Okay.
This is intern, so it's 83 days until intern for a day.
Did you get picked in the lottery?
I didn't.
No.
That's what my countdown is still too, but I didn't get picked either.
Yeah, neither one of us got picked this year, but my countdown is to intern because we get there the Wednesday before.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like I know that Wednesday, like I have 82 days to finish everything that needs to be done in order to go to Legion's Con. So
that's awesome.
It's kind of like my countdown to keep me accountable for all the things that I have to do.
That's cool.
So, all right. We will see you in Jolanta.
Yep.
Everybody that sees Amber this Sunday, pictures.
Lisa,
And
thank you.
Yeah. You got to put Kevin's comment up there. So they told me that I had breast cancer, and Kevin's asked me, do you think you're going to feel like going to Legion's Con? And she looked at me like I was crazy and said, we are going. And that's exactly the truth. That week in November is my week to be at Legion's Con. I don't care what else is going around. So, but anyway, yes, we will be there in November, and I'm so excited. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful week, and Amber and I will look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks with a new guest. And I will be on with, I think Brittany is going to join me this Saturday morning for
Oh.
Mod Squad Art Studio. So you guys join us this Saturday for Mod Squad, and we will catch you on the next time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Good night.
Good night.